since I made the cut. Let me dance for you real quick. In the day 3 cut. Day 3. We made day 3. 1, 2, 3. Day 3 cut. Day 3 cut. A day 3 cut. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Count them backwards. Day 3. Here we go. Oh. About to go out there and smash them. We got totally different conditions today. It's windy, it's probably gonna rain, everything's gonna change. So pretty much I'm gonna have to scrap the first 2 days and see how these fish are gonna bite today. I'm gonna have to catch them. Guys are gonna be figuring out. The casting and winding guys are probably gonna smash today, but I cannot wait to get out there and get started and see how this day goes. I feel pretty certain if I can catch another 15, 16 pound bag. I still haven't got my big bite yet for this week. I've been catching just 3 pounders, 4 pounders for good fish and filling it with good solid fish. We can catch a big one, we can make that top 10. It was just a good day. It was almost like a practice day. You run around. Yes! 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 Baby! That's the one right there, dude. Out of both South Carolina, be right. It's gonna rain today, so I'm gonna put out these are my Wally X. Check these things are slick. It's clear glasses, but they're just cool. Isn't that stylish? I don't look weird at all. That doesn't look weird, does it? Especially with the hood. They feel good though. That little gasket behind them is awesome. Look, we got to catch them big today. I think it's my chance to finally catch a big one. I have not caught a big fish all week. I've been catching just 3 pounders, 4 pounders, just solid fish, which I'll take all the solids I can get, but today I'd like to get that 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 pound bite, see how that rolls out. So we're gonna get this day started. Should be a good day. Got some weather rolling in. Yeah, my TDJ head shake right here. Should be good. Sorry, I didn't have my camera on. First keeper on spinnerbait. You guys have been following along, you know I haven't even tied one on all week. Then I catch one on it. Changes are gonna be the key today. Oh God. Pike. He's the wrong kind if I get the power pole to work. So this is where this video is about to get really strange. Well, I'm sitting at the desk where I do all my editing at, and I went to pull all of my day 3 clips off of my hard drive here. There ain't nothing there, nothing. I had like 3 clips. The 3 clips that you just saw was all I had. I had one of my pike, as some of you call it, a chain pickerel, because you know your fish species. It's not a bass, it's all that matters to me. I had that, and then I had the first bass, my first keeper of the morning. That's all I got. Apparently when I went to go dump my footage onto my hard drive, something corrupted and I had 0 clips from day 3. There's a good thing I didn't catch like a 30-pound bag, or I really would have been sour. But that's it. Sorry that I disappoint you. Sorry that I failed you this time. I don't know what to tell you. I thought about what I could do. I caught a lot of fish on days 1 and 2, cheat and act like it was day 3. I was like, you know what? Just tell the people you didn't have your clips. We'll get them next time. Sorry about it. Sorry to disappoint you. The good thing about it is I do a lot of stuff at the weigh-in, and I got a lot of the footage from the weigh-in, And the other thing is, I can use this time to tell you what I actually caught my fish on and how the day went on day 3.
Still need it, okay, we still need it, okay.
Hey, we're here at the day three top 30 cut, and man, look at the crowd. There's people everywhere. People everywhere. Everything's crowded except for my bag. It ain't crowded at all.
Everybody got their Costa sunglasses on and stuff?
Yeah, I got my Costas on.
Okay.
All babies in here.
Charles Williams, where you at? Dayton, Ohio. I'll meet you right down here. Scott, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
Nothing. 11 pounds.
What's nothing like 17?
And also we have another
11 pounds is what I got.
What
you got?
Bass Pro gift card from our partners at Bass Pro Shops. We're taking
I mean, I always say, well, if I get here, I'll be fine. And then you get here, and you're like,
one of these tomorrow, but our winner
I would have called it. I was like, I just want to get to the day.
Nelson. All right. Ron Nelson, Mission Pro. You know, let's hear for his hard work this week. Good job. All the way down to Michigan. We get him all over the tail whip. Scott, who's next? He started the day in 16th place from Belton, South Carolina. Brian Latimer. B-Lat, what's up, man? Love this guy right here, man. This is your senior year on the FLW Tour. I think this is year number 4, man. So this guy, a guy that catches them. And it's kind of one of those deals where you talk about like charismatic personalities. I love this guy, man. I love your social media stuff that you do, man. You just do a great job representing this game. And Brian Latimer, 18-3 on day 1, but 15-10 yesterday, man. So real consistent over round 1. That got him to the top 30. And the Belton, South Carolina Pro's got a 5 bass limit on day 3. Another good stringer of fish. 11 pounds, 12 ounces. That's Brian Latimer. He sits. All right, so not going to make the championship Sunday, but a top 30 finish. Let's go talk about it, B-Lat. All right, man. So listen, really, and you already know what I'm going to say, but really, you're one kicker away from fishing on Championship Sunday because the weights are just stacked outside the top 10.
Yeah, dude, I got all the way to day 3, and I never caught a fish over 4 pounds in 3 days. So I really can't complain. Probably some of that's my fault because I got here to day 3 on a spinning rod. So don't y'all try to lynch me when I come off the stage. Y'all know what a spinning rod is in Florida?
They don't have those down here, man.
It's got the reel on the bottom side, and you reel it opposite of the bait caster, and all that stuff. But yeah, I caught all my fish, most of them, the first day on the spinning rod, and then on the day 2, that wasn't working. That quit, and I tied on a prop bait like the night before, and I caught a couple big ones on a prop bait, and I think everything I weighed today come on a prop bait.
That's pretty impressive. Number 1, that you had 18 on day 1, 15 on day 2 without anything over 5 pounds. Not too many guys who have made it to day 3 or that will make it to Championship Sunday have been able to do that. It's a motto of consistency, man. But I guess the real question is, what was the size line that you had on that spinning reel?
Well, I'll make you read the magazine article that
There you go. You're on the cover, man. I love it.
Yeah, no, so everybody thinks when you pick up a spinning rod it's finesse, but I was still using 15-pound test. I was using 20-pound test Seaguar Smackdown braid. I tied it to 15-pound test Red Label because I think Red Label's the strongest line that Seaguar has, and you can go in there, you can fish anything you need to with that. You just kind of got to be a little gentle if you got one of them big nasties on, but I didn't have to worry about that. So
that's exactly right, man. You had the drag set right anyways for those 3, 4, 5 pounders you caught. All right, before I let you go, man, this is your time, B-Lat, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to here watching or anywhere in the FLW universe watching on FLW Live, this is your time.
Yeah, absolutely. If you watch YouTube, definitely check out my YouTube channel. Meet me after stage. We'll do something together. So you guys will be on this one. It's going to be I can't wait to show you guys. I had some awesome catches here. And of course, my wife and my 2 boys. I got 2 boys now. I got one that's 6 and one that's 2 months old. So It's great here. Like Dudley said, it's been great here. The weather's been awesome, but I'm ready to get home for sure.
Time to go home for B-Lat with a huge payday for you, man. Congratulations. A great week for Brian Latimer. Getting it done. Does a great job on social media. A great promoter of the FLW Tour in this great sport.
Hey, so it's over here. And Toho for me weighed 11, 12 or something like that. Check out my boys, Lee Smith
Outdoors.
Lee Smith Outdoors.
Check me out on Instagram.
Insta. And you got YouTube or anything like that?
No YouTube, just
no
Instagram
YouTube?
right now.
The weather's been great. It's been the best week I ever had in Florida ever. So we'll put this thing on the trailer here. Of course, you already seen day 1s and 2s. If not, check the link in the description box. But on day 3, the weather totally changed. There was rain, wind, and clouds. All 3 of which we have not had the entire week. It's been calm, sunny, and 80 degrees the entire week from the beginning of practice to the first day of the tournament. So I knew the fishing was going to be different, but I really didn't have much to go to, and locking means you kind of got to go right to where you're going to catch them, right? So I started throwing that prop bait on about mid-morning of day 2, and I caught a big one, and I knew that was a good way to catch a giant fish. So I've been throwing it ever since the morning of day 2, and that's pretty much what I caught all of my fish on day 3. I had one big one, about 4+ that I caught on a prop bait, and all the other ones were just smaller fish, you know, 2.5 pound fish. So I ended up weighing like 11 pounds on day 3. The setup that I used for my prop bait, this is just an old school, like a devil's horse style prop bait here, just white and black. There's nothing special. Only thing I did to trick it out was change the hooks on it. Put a little stiffer hooks because I was using braid. The rod that I'm using, this is a favorite Defender Series 6' 6" medium heavy action. I got an Abu Garcia STX bait caster, 50-pound test smackdown braid, and this is a setup that I was really pleased with. My boy Mark turned me on to this. I usually throw straight up mono on this kind of setup here with my Devil's Horse, or I'll throw all braid. Well, I went braid to fluorocarbon. You can see that braid to fluorocarbon is about 8 to 10 inches. And the reason for throwing that, the braid wraps around your prop a lot when you fish a prop bait around that front prop. Well, the fluorocarbons are extra stiff and it won't wrap around the front of your prop. So I use 25-pound test fluorocarbon and 50-pound test smackdown. That keeps it stiff. I use a really small piece. That's like 8 or 10 inches that you got here. Here's the thing that I liked about it. One thing I really liked is it made my prop bait really lazy. When you hit a prop bait, you know, when you hit it, it goes subsurface a little bit, pops back up, and then you hit it again. Well, what I like about that with the fluorocarbon and it being a little heavier, when you go to hit it, it's lazy and it comes up a lot slower. And when those fish really aren't ready to be aggressive, that bait coming up slow like that, I think that possibly could have been a reason I got a few more bites on it. So I like that. Appreciate Mark turning me on to the braided fluoro on this, because I usually would do only mono on my top water baits, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to switch to doing it that way. So yeah, caught him on that. And I was also alternating between 2 soft plastics. I was using a Z-Man Fatties with a little bit of a nail weight. I was using that when we had a little bit of a breeze, and then I was also using like a traditional like a trick worm style bait when it was dead flat calm, just throwing it up there and letting it soak on those pads. So Z-Man Fatties and a trick worm style bait. I caught a few on a chatterbait on days 1 and maybe 1 or 2 on day 2, throwing it just on a 3/8 ounce jackhammer head. I take the skirt off and put a Z-Man razor shads on there. Caught a couple key keepers on day 1. That was it. So sorry that I don't have any of the footage from day 3. The good thing is you didn't really miss a whole bunch this time. You missed 11 pounds of fish this time. If I caught 30, it would have been a bad day. So forgive me for that. I promise you we won't make that mistake. I'll be a little bit more careful. But check out the weigh-in. It was a great time. And thanks for all you guys that came out to the weigh-in. I appreciate it. It was an awesome crowd there and at Big Toho Marina. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at all the other tour events that we have. If we have an event near you, check the schedule at flwfishing.com. We have an event near you, please come out. It's a lot of fun. You get to, there's a lot of guys on tour that you guys see on TV you never met before. You get to hang out with them. Everybody, we're very accessible, and you can talk to us there at the weigh-ins, hang out with us, chat. Everybody's always willing to share a good fishing story. So.